Hello, Rabio Geeks. As I mentioned in last week's video, today I'm going to talk about the new TV series Wednesday on Netflix. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Wednesday, this is a reimagining of Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family. And it does feature the majority of the Addams Family, though in much smaller parts. So it stars Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. Wednesday gets sent to a new school for outcasts after she retaliates against Pugsley's bullies. So she winds up at this new school called Nevermore Academy. And at this school, there's a lot of other students who become her classmates. There's a few werewolves, including her roommate Enid, who unfortunately for Enid cannot fully transform into a werewolf. She can only transform her hands into claws. There are vampires at the school, as well as some sirens, which includes the character, what's her name? I'm looking forward here. Bianca, who is, she's kind of the antagonist at the school for Wednesday. She's not a full-blown villain, but her and Wednesday do not get along. There is also a Gorgon, whose hair can temporarily turn others, including himself, into a statue. And then also at the school, there's a few other outcasts who don't fit the typical monster mold, but there's ones who can bring artwork to life, as well as another kid who can control bees. So Wednesday gets sent here after punishing Pugsley's bullies, and she resents her parents for it. She has an antagonistic relationship with her mother Morticia, and she's determined to run away. And that's what the first episode is devoted to. And obviously, I'm going to be talking about some spoilers. I'm not going to do a full recap of the season like I sometimes do when talking about a show. Just my thoughts, but obviously, I will be sharing some stuff that will spoil you. So Wednesday spends the majority of the first episode just basically trying to run away from the school, at least until she discovers that there is a monster in the nearby woods who kills one of the students at the school, who for some reason was trying to kill her. He had a drawing that his seeress, is that a word? Mother had, claiming his mother had a vision that Wednesday would destroy the school. So he tries to kill her, but only gets killed in the process by this beast who leaves Wednesday alone. And so the series is basically kind of a mystery. What is going on here? Is Wednesday really going to destroy the school? And who or what is this beast? Why did it spare Wednesday and kill this other kid who was trying to kill her? But it's not as simple as the beast is protecting Wednesday, because it's killed multiple people before she arrived as well. So Nevermore Academy is set near the town of Jericho, Vermont, and Jericho is filled with what are called normies. These are people that are relatively normal. They don't have powers. They're not any kind of creatures, and most of them do not like the outcasts at the school. There are exceptions, including Wednesday's barista love interest, as well as her psychiatrist that she is court-ordered to see after she unleashed piranhas in the school pool as payback for some of the members teasing Pugsley. So the show deals with Wednesday trying to kind of solve all this. I wound up enjoying the show a lot, but the first episode I was conflicted on. I liked the other characters, but I hated Wednesday herself. Jenna Ortega plays the role really, really well, but I'm kind of over the goth girl with the morbid personality who thinks she's above everyone. I feel like we've seen that enough with just, like previous. I believe that's how Christina Ricci's character was in the movie. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I just found Wednesday frustrating in the first episode. But she does kind of warm up as she becomes more familiar with the other characters. Thankfully, Enid is her roommate, the werewolf that I mentioned earlier, is a bright spot in the show. She's kind of a bubbly girl with who loves splashes of color to contrast with Wednesday's just everything black and white. She really helped make it much more tolerable to get through Wednesday's moody antics. Um, so I love the concept of Wednesday being at a school for outcasts. One thing I thought was weird is I didn't fully understand why Wednesday was allowed at the school when, from all intents and purposes, she's not an outcast in the same way the other characters are. As far as everyone knows, she doesn't have any powers. She's not a vampire or werewolf or anything like that. Now, it does turn out she does have psychic visions, but at the time she gets sent to the school, that is not well known by people. She's mostly kept that secret. I believe it might have been stated that Morticia suspected that Wednesday might have psychic visions because Morticia herself did. But seemingly Wednesday is the most normal person at the school, at least, from the outside perspective of all the other characters. Um, but outside of that, the story was fun. The reveal of the big bad of the season was super obvious. Figured it out in episode 4. That's not to say I figured everything out. There was one twist that I had considered as a possibility, but I wasn't 100% sure if I was correct. So I wasn't fully sold on that. But so if you're looking at this as a mystery, you might be a little disappointed, unless you're fine figuring it out early. But all in all, it's a pretty interesting show. I would suggest checking it out. I'm disappointed that the Addams family themselves play such a small part. If I remember correctly, Morticia, Gomez, and Pugsley were only in like 2 episodes. I think episode 1 and episode 5 when everyone's family comes to visit at the school. We do get an appearance later on from Uncle Fester. Lurch also appears with Morticia and Gomez in their episodes, but I don't think he actually ever spoke. I believe the grandmother is mentioned once, but never appears. Cousin It is never mentioned as far as I can recall. Now, Thing does appear throughout the entire series. He is... originally, he was sent by Gomez and Morticia to keep an eye on Wednesday, but she knows exactly what's up and kind of intimidates him into essentially helping her solve the mystery of what is going on in Nevermore. In the finale, there's some stuff I didn't like. Characters just behaving super stupidly, and it costing them dearly. But I don't want to spoil what happens in the season finale, so I'm not gonna go into that. But I would definitely check it out, if for nothing else other than the dance scene. If there's a decent chance you've already seen the dance scene on social media, but Jenna Ortega's just weird facial expression while she's performing all these moves is just like it kind of blew me away. As much as I didn't like Wednesday, especially in the beginning, Ortega's performance was always great. Like, this is a role where it could very easily feel like the actress is just pretending to be this creepy character. But it never feels like Ortega's acting. It feels like she is just really this strange girl. It's like, very, very, very well done. I haven't seen her in much. Apparently, I saw her in the new Scream movie, but I don't remember her at all. But she definitely stands out in this one. And I'm hoping for a season 2 because this was enjoyable. I didn't actually think I would like it. When a friend suggested it to me, I was like, I don't like Tim Burton. I'm one of the few people in the world who actually hated Nightmare Before Christmas. But Wednesday worked for me. So definitely make sure you check that out. Well, that's going to do it for this week's Wednesday Ramblings. Please leave a comment below and like and subscribe. Next week, I think I am going to go ahead and talk about the Immortal X-Men comic book. I did touch upon it somewhat in my previous X-Men video, but I'm going to talk exclusively about the comment about this particular series as it leads up to the upcoming Sins of Sinister storyline. So if you're an X-Men fan, make sure to check that video out next week. But for now, I'm Robbie O'Leaf, and I am Robbie O'Levy.